Coming up on News Watching, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer relaxes the chamber's dress code.
Convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante is back behind bars.
And there's exciting news for Blink 182 fans.
All that and more on News Watching tonight.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has relaxed the chamber's informal dress code, allowing lawmakers to wear whatever they want on the floor of what is sometimes called the greatest deliberative body in the world. Until recently, male senators were required to wear suit jackets and dress shoes on the floor. Female senators also had a dress code, though the exact guidelines were not clear. Schumer's office stressed that the dress code, while enforced, was never formalized. The change in rules comes as freshman Senator John Fetterman continues to settle into his role on Capitol Hill. Fetterman often walks the halls in shorts and a sweatshirt. Now, if he chooses, he'll also be able to preside over the Senate in this apparel.
Convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante has been captured following a 13-day search. Cavalcante originally escaped Chester County Prison in Pennsylvania on Thursday, August 31st, and evaded hundreds of law enforcement personnel throughout the time of his manhunt. Officials said Wednesday morning that Cavalcante attempted to escape through brush before a canine unit bit him and held him down before he was taken into custody. Cavalcante was sentenced to life in prison back in April 2021 after stabbing his ex-girlfriend.
Exciting news for Blink 182 fans as the band announces a new album after 12 years of silence. The new album, titled One More Time, will be released Friday, October 20th. Drummer Travis Barker said the new album was in part inspired by some of the tragedies the members have endured over the years. Since their last album, Barker was in a plane crash resulting in 4 dead of the 6 aboard. Bassist and co-lead vocalist Mark Hoppus revealed that he had been undergoing treatment for cancer, and Barker's wife, Kourtney Kardashian, underwent urgent fetal surgery, resulting in the band pausing the tour they kicked off last April. Blink 182 dropped 2 albums with guitarist Matt Skiba, 2016's California and 2019's 9, but this is the first new album in 12 years with the band's original lineup.
Speaking of bright news and lands of sunny skies, the Tampa Bay Rays will stay in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Major League Baseball franchise and the city have laid out plans for a brand new $1.3 billion stadium. The new stadium aims to house 30,000 seats with the ability to accommodate up to 35,000, in addition to 3 seating levels, a fixed roof, artificial turf, ultimately operable walls, as well as a pavilion design. The Rays began as an expansion franchise in 1998 in their current home of Tropicana Field. Ultimately, construction on the new stadium is expected to begin in late 2024, with a vision of being ready by opening day 2028. Cases of the West Nile virus are increasing across the United States. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 43 states have reported West Nile virus infections in the calendar year of 2023. Ultimately, it is Colorado who is the leading state in terms of case numbers at 243, to go with 11 deaths. There are no vaccines or treatments for West Nile virus in people. Health officials recommend people to reduce their risk of catching the virus by using insect repellent and wearing long-sleeve clothing and pants to prevent mosquito bites.
Megan Thee Stallion revealed the grueling weight training and cardio exercises she does to stay fit. The Grammy-winning rapper recently showcased her intense fitness routine in her new gym recap video on Instagram, proving that being a hot girl takes work. Megan's trainer asked her to pick up an exercise ball, put resistance bands around her legs, and do jumping squats from one end of the room to the other. Megan says, "This shit burns like a motherfucker, but I know you see them thighs popping." Working out isn't the only aspect of her self-care practices. She noted how she blocks out time for journaling, praying, spending time with her dogs, binging her favorite shows, and just doing activities that make her happy. TCAT has announced that it will make emergency weekday service cuts to several routes as the organization suffers from a driver shortage and a lack of road-ready buses. The service cuts took effect on September 14th and will be in place indefinitely. However, weekend services will operate as scheduled. A press release said Route 14 South and Route 83 will not run, and reductions to Route 10, 13, 21, 40, and 81 will be in effect until further notice. In recent weeks, dispatchers have been forced to make early morning decisions about what trips to cut since they don't know what buses were repaired or maintained overnight until an early morning fleet evaluation. As a result, the riders have not been notified of service cuts affecting them in enough time to make alternative transportation plans, which have caused many TCAT riders to be late to school or work. TCAT asked riders to please check its bus tracker for the status of their routes.
The National Toy Hall of Fame recently announced its 12 finalists for the 2023 induction class, And members of the class include some familiar faces in Pop It, Connect 4, Nerf Toys, and the Ken doll. The latter nomination comes at the heels of Ryan Gosling's performance as Ken in the summer blockbuster Barbie, whose doll was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame all the way back in 1988. Apologies here. The finalists are ultimately judged on criteria including icon status, longevity, discovery, and innovation. The chosen inductees will be revealed on November 9th, which is a couple of weeks away, Sam, but
really
what are you talking about? What do you think of the nominees, rather?
I'm a big Bop It fan myself.
Big Bop It?
It's my favorite toy.
I mean, we were talking before. You said you got to like 300 or maxed out.
Yeah.
Maxed out, yeah.
I just have to. I'm really good at Bop It.
Very impressive for me. For me, not so much. I don't think I even cut triple digits. But ultimately, coming up on News Watching, sports media majors debut their new drag show at Thursday at the Ridge.
The Park School television studio equipment goes through yet another change.
And Pete Johan sighs in relief of not having to teach readers for the rest of this semester. Stay with us.